Welcome to What We Know. Today, we embark on a remarkable journey through the life and career of a true innovator, David Bowie. David Robert Jones, the boy who would become Bowie, was born in 1947 in Brixton, London. Even in these early years, there were glimpses of the extraordinary life that lay ahead. The Jones family migrated to Bromley, a suburb of Kent, offering young David a new environment to explore. Music began to weave its spell around him, hinting at the musical revolution he would one day unleash. The saxophone became young David's first musical companion. He immersed himself in music, captivated by its ability to transport listeners to other realms. At 15, David formed his first band, the Conrads. They played at local youth clubs and school dances, their music a raw outpouring of teenage angst and dreams. These early performances honed his stage presence and solidified his desire for a life in music. In 1964, David, now performing as Davy Jones, released his debut single, Liza Jane. While the single failed to ignite the charts, it was a crucial step in his growing ambition. In a stroke of serendipity, he adopted a new stage name, David Bowie. This decision was not just a simple change of name, it was a declaration of his intent to reinvent himself. The name Bowie was inspired by the American frontiersman Jim Bowie, symbolizing a sharp, cutting-edge persona that David aspired to embody. The name marked the beginning of his transformation into the artist the world would come to know and adore. It was a bold move that set the stage for his future innovations in music, fashion, and performance art. Fans were intrigued and excited by this new identity, sensing that something extraordinary was on the horizon. David Bowie was no longer a boy playing at music. He was an artist ready to make his mark. His new name gave him the freedom to explore and push boundaries, both creatively and personally. It was the dawn of a new era, one that would see him rise to become an icon in the world of music and beyond. 1967 saw the release of David Bowie's self-titled debut album. It was a diverse collection, showcasing Bowie's willingness to experiment and push boundaries. It signaled the arrival of a unique voice in the music industry. In 1969, David Bowie captured the zeitgeist with his single Space Oddity. The song was released just days before the Apollo 11 moon landing, making its space theme particularly poignant and timely. Bowie's haunting lyrics and innovative sound created a unique listening experience that stood out in the music scene of the late 1960s. The song, a haunting tale of an astronaut adrift, resonated deeply with audiences. Major Tom, the fictional astronaut in the song, became an iconic character, symbolizing the era's fascination with space exploration and the unknown. The track's eerie melody and Bowie's distinctive voice captivated listeners, making it an instant classic. Space Oddity rocketed up the charts, establishing Bowie as a major force in the music world. It reached the top 5 in the UK singles chart, a significant achievement for the then up-and-coming artist. The song's success was a clear indication of Bowie's immense talent and his potential to revolutionize the music industry. It marked his transition from promising newcomer to bona fide star. Bowie's innovative approach to music and his ability to tap into the cultural zeitgeist set him apart from his contemporaries. Space Oddity was just the beginning of a legendary career that would see Bowie continually reinvent himself and influence countless artists across generations. 1970 saw Bowie embracing a more experimental sound with The Man Who Sold the World. The album's themes and sound were daring, revealing a fearless artist unafraid to challenge conventions. Hunky Dory, released in 1971, solidified Bowie's reputation as a master of musical reinvention. The album showcased his incredible songwriting prowess and his ability to blend diverse musical genres. Hunky Dory cemented Bowie's status as a true original. In 1972, David Bowie unleashed his most iconic creation, Ziggy Stardust. This character was a flamboyant, androgynous rock star sent to Earth to save it from an impending apocalypse. Ziggy's story was told through Bowie's groundbreaking album, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, which became a defining moment in music history. Ziggy was more than just a stage persona. He was a cultural phenomenon. The character's bold fashion, theatrical performances, and boundary-pushing themes resonated deeply with fans, influencing the glam rock movement and beyond. Ziggy's impact extended far beyond music, affecting fashion, art, and pop culture. With the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, Bowie captivated the world. The album's narrative and its unforgettable tracks like Starman and Suffragette City showcased Bowie's genius in blending storytelling with music. The Ziggy persona allowed Bowie to explore themes of identity, fame, and alienation in a way that was both innovative and deeply personal. The Ziggy era propelled him to superstardom and solidified his status as a true cultural icon. Bowie's transformation into Ziggy Stardust was not just a career move. It was a revolutionary act that challenged societal norms and inspired countless artists. The legacy of Ziggy Stardust continues to influence music and culture to this day. Bowie continued his exploration of theatricality with 1973's Aladdin Sane. The album saw Bowie delving into darker, more experimental territory. Aladdin Sane was a critical and commercial triumph, solidifying Bowie's position at the forefront of the glam rock movement. Inspired by George Orwell's 1984, Bowie's 1974 album Diamond Dogs presented a bleak vision of a future society. The album's gritty realism and theatrical flourishes were a testament to Bowie's artistic vision. 1975 saw Bowie delving into soul and funk with Young Americans. The album spawned the hit single Fame, co-written with John Lennon, showcasing Bowie's versatility as an artist. Bowie made his acting debut in 1976 with The Man Who Fell to Earth. That same year he released Station to Station, reflecting his growing fascination with German expressionism. Seeking refuge from fame, Bowie relocated to Berlin in 1976. The first installment of his Berlin trilogy, Low, was a collaboration with Brian Eno, featuring minimalist instrumentals and electronic experimentation. The second installment in the Berlin trilogy, Heroes, released in 1977, was a more optimistic work. The album's title track became an instant classic, a powerful symbol of defiance and resilience. The final chapter in the Berlin trilogy, Lodger, released in 1979, was the most experimental. Lodger marked the end of a remarkable period of creativity for Bowie. As the 1970s drew to a close, Bowie ushered in the new decade with Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. The album was a masterclass in new wave, featuring angular guitar riffs and Bowie's most theatrical vocals to date. In 1981, Bowie joined forces with Queen to record the anthemic Under Pressure. The collaboration was a testament to the power of musical chemistry, creating a timeless classic. 1983 saw Bowie embracing a more commercially accessible sound with Let's Dance. The album's title track and singles like China Girl became global smashes, propelling Bowie to a new level of superstardom. Bowie continued to explore pop and dance music with 1984's Tonight. The album featured collaborations with Tina Turner and Iggy Pop, demonstrating Bowie's willingness to experiment. In 1986, Bowie captivated audiences as Jareth the Goblin King in Labyrinth. His performance solidified his status as a cultural icon, introducing him to a new generation of fans. 1987 saw the release of Never Let Me Down, an album that received a mixed reception. Despite a successful world tour, it marked a period of critical and commercial disappointment for Bowie. In 1989, Bowie formed the hard rock band Tin Machine. Tin Machine's commercial success was modest, but it allowed Bowie to reconnect with his love of rock and roll. In 1990, Bowie embarked on the Sound Plus Vision Tour, a grand retrospective of his career. The tour was a massive success, cementing Bowie's status as one of the most important live performers of all time. In 1990, Bowie found love with supermodel Iman. Their relationship captivated the world, a testament to the power of connection and shared passions. After a 4-year hiatus, Bowie returned in 1993 with Black Tie, White Noise. The album marked a return to form, showcasing his renewed creative vigor. In 1995, Bowie reunited with Brian Eno to record Outside. The album marked a return to the experimental spirit of Bowie's Berlin Trilogy. Bowie continued to embrace electronic music with 1997's Earthling. The album showcased Bowie's ability to stay ahead of the curve, embracing new sounds. As the millennium drew to a close, Bowie released Hours in 1999. The album showcased his songwriting prowess and his ability to craft emotionally resonant ballads. In 2002, Bowie released Heathen, an album that saw him returning to his rock roots. Heathen was hailed by critics as a return to form for Bowie. Bowie's 2003 album Reality was a reflection on the state of the world post-September 11th. Reality showcased Bowie's ability to channel his observations into compelling music. In 2004, Bowie suffered a heart attack while on tour in Germany. The health scare forced Bowie to take a step back from the spotlight, prioritizing his health. In 2006, Bowie made a memorable cameo as Nikola Tesla in The Prestige. His performance was captivating, showcasing his ability to command the screen. After a decade-long hiatus, Bowie surprised the world in 2013 with The Next Day. The album was met with critical acclaim and commercial success, proving Bowie's creative fire was still burning brightly. In January 2016, Bowie released Blackstar, a haunting and experimental album. The album was a meditation on mortality, legacy, and the afterlife. On January 10, 2016, the world mourned the loss of David Bowie. He left behind a legacy that inspired generations of artists and challenged the way we think about music, fashion, and identity. David Bowie's impact on music, art, and culture is immeasurable. His music transcended genres and generations, inspiring countless artists. He will forever be remembered as one of the most important and influential artists of all time. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary journey through the life and career of David Bowie. Don't forget to subscribe to What We Know and like the video.